Okay, so this chapter 30 of Ramayana has like one learning after the next. It starts off with Sita saying to Ram and Lakshman, why should you both go to the forest and take on the task of protecting the rishis? And that's a very valid question because oftentimes you take on the responsibility to help people who are not even someone who you should be helping. You don't even know if you're helping some random person. A lot of times people think that they're helping someone and they're hurting someone else, or you don't even know if that person's good or evil. And that's what Sita brings up. She said, what if you accidentally kill someone who's not a Rakshasa, someone who's not evil? And like, you should be focused on like living life as you promised to your father, as like ascetic, basically living without attachment to anything and living as a forest person, because that's just the goal of I guess KK, to make her sons Ram and Lakshman to be like not the king, instead live like ascetic and like live in the forest and live like forest people. And by Ram agreeing to do more than that, agreeing to protect people, he was following true to what his group of people, like Kshatriyas, are supposed to do, but he wasn't following true to like his promise to his father, which was given by KK. So I think, and then also like what Sita said is that they should not be protecting people because you don't know who to protect and who's the right person. So I kind of agree, kind of disagree with that, because I think it's good to help people, but also you have to figure out what is who, or like if those people are good or not first, to see if they're worth helping. Also, I like how Ram always listened to Sita, his wife. I think that it's really important to do that, because I think a partnership should be two people. And I don't like that he gave the promise without Sita in the prior chapter, because he gave the promise to Rishi that he's going to help without agreeing or discussing with Sita first. And I think that I don't personally connect with. I think it should be a decision, because she's also stuck going to the forest. I know she wasn't forced to do it, but she has to live with either her husband going to the forest or go to the forest with her husband and support him. So she has to like deal with all of that. So he should be more respectful, in my opinion, of her wishes, and like gone to her for making decisions as a team. And then also she says, should we kill one who does not attack us? And that's a very good point, because someone might be a Rakshasa, or maybe a bad person, or maybe like a criminal, whatever, in the modern world you might say. But have they done wrong to you or not? Because like sometimes people might be bad to other people but not be bad to you, and is it fair to like harm them because they were just bad to someone else? Because you never know, it might be that they were bad for some reason and they like didn't want to be bad, or they were not trying to be bad. And like saying that they're going to be a bad person doesn't necessarily help you be a good person. And also you don't know who's actually bad, because what your definition of bad might be very I don't know, very biased. So I think she kind of points out that to destroy the wicked and stuff is what a Kshatriya should do, but you decide to live like an ascetic, you should be like focusing on yourself and living with no extra like benefits to yourself, instead of focusing on trying to kill bad people randomly. There's another thing which I learned from this, and it was like the starting of, it seemed like it was going to a different chapter where the sage stood before a mountain which bent low for him. I feel like my mom has told me the story growing up, and it's about a mountain who was kind of disgraced and had to bend like a mountain if that person walks by, and then on the way back it doesn't. I don't know if it's the same mountain as in this story, but anyways, moving to the next part. He told Lakshman to go in advance and announce him to sage. I find that very interesting, because in this Ramayana book, I've seen a lot of similar customs where everything is done according to a certain order. So like you don't just go to a person's place, you get family members to introduce you to a place. And I really like that, because now that I'm thinking about it, in networking events, for example, I really like when I'm at the event and someone introduces me to someone else, rather than just like me having to walk up to that person and say, okay, I'm here. It's nicer when it's like a warm open where you both mutually know someone, and they're like, hey, you know Prasadi, have you met XYZ? And this is kind of similar with the Ramayana, where they have this kind of customs that they follow through with, like bring guests water to wash their feet when they're coming inside of the house, and also introducing Ram to the sage, stuff like that. I find the customs very nice, and I think it's very important to have these kind of customs, because otherwise you don't have something to follow through with. The customs are very different from the current day customs, but I think those ones are very valid to do as well. I wish more people did that in this generation, because these ancient customs, they probably have a reason why they're doing it. Like with the washing the feet thing, I definitely agree with when you're getting home, it's nice to like take off your shoes, wash your feet, and it helps, like cold water on your feet helps with reducing foot pain. So when you're walking around all day, and then you wash your feet, you feel very calm on the inside. So I think it's that, plus you're not bringing in dirty stuff inside the house, especially off a guest's house, or like a friend's house or something. So yeah, it's interesting to see these different customs, and I like how they're talked about. I also really like that Ram was really trying to respect his wife as much as possible. I don't know if he did the best job of it personally. And also, this is a version of the Ramayana. It's not the only version, so maybe in the different ones he treats it differently. But very interesting learnings. I don't know if I did a good job talking about it today, but I think I did my best.